officers to submit budget performance reports to the National Assembly. This is to ensure accountability and transparency, transparent expenditure tracking for both both the heads that we're dealing with. So, as our witnesses come, particularly the ministries, these are part of the things that we should look out, because they're mandated by law to submit this to the committee. Also, this head, in particular, head 26, operates under strategic development area number 4, that is good governance environment, focusing on improved policy frameworks and strengthened public service performance management systems. I'll go direct to the revenues for the head. Honorable members, you notice a dramatic revenue restructuring. This ministry projects an extraordinary 85.6% increase in non-tax revenue collection, which is rising from about 6 million in 2025 to the projected 11.18 million in 2026. This surge may be driven by a strategic shift from license-based to fee-based revenue streams, with fees increasing by over 1,000, with license revenue declining by 45%. These honorable members, the growth may reflect expanded chargeable services, including live streaming, social media coverage, documentary production, and improved compliance enforcement by the ZANIS. One thing we might note is that the projected increase is over 1,000, which raises a few questions on the assumptions that were based to make this projection. And I think this is what I'll speak to it later on. This is one of the issues that we might want to, the committee might want to address. The head allocations I'll give a summary of the budget allocation for the head, 26 that is. So the head was allocated 223.9 million, which represented 0.92% of the total national budget. And this has been a 14.4% increase from what we saw in 2025, which was at 204.4 million. An area of concern, honorable members, is that in 2024, the ministry had a 78% absorption rate. This is an area of concern because they had about 42 million kwacha, which they never utilized. So maybe it speaks to the challenges in terms of capacity and implementation challenges that the ministry had. In terms of economic classification, personal emoluments stands at 19.7%, which translates to 46 million allocation of the total allocation for the head. And goods and services, 78 million for operations, transfers, 39.6 million, and 70.2 million for infrastructure. So you note that one of the capital investment that the ministry intends to undertake is the construction of the Choma and Solwezi provincial broadcasting studios. In terms of program resource allocation, under media and standards, it was given 69.9 million, which is 29.9% of the total head allocation. This had slightly declined from the 70.9 which was allocated previous year, indicating regulatory consolidation. Information services management, this program was allocated 61.5 million and also reduced a bit from the 73.9 which was allocated last year. Under Management Support Services Program, this was given 102.4 million. It's 43.8% of the total head allocation, but in comparison with last year's allocation, there's a dramatic 72% increase. So maybe this may be because the ministry envisions is envisaging undertaking intense capacity building, but it would also be of interest for the committee to probe the assumptions for the drastic increase, which is above 70%. In terms of strategic program outputs, under media capacity, the ministry trained 250 media personnel and capacity development for 60 PR public relations practitioners. However, under this is under the program Media Development and Standards. The committee might note that the ministry had set 3 major legislation to undertake and other policy reforms that they had planned for, but none of them from 2024, 2020, from 2023, 2024, and 2025, none of them have actualized. So maybe I'll also speak to that later. I think the committee might want to also probe why that is so. I'll quickly dive into the immediate past performance, that is the year 2024.
Just maybe if you can pause a bit. Thank you, there are 2 members who have just joined in. Maybe if you can introduce yourselves.
Thank you very much, Chair. Good morning. Stanley Kakuwa is my name. I'm MP for Kapiri.
Good morning. Andrew Tango is my name, MP for Kawati.
Okay, you can proceed.
Excuse me, Chair. I'll quickly dive into the immediate past performance, that is the 2024 budget. The absorption rate, like I earlier mentioned, honorable members, was at 78% of the total authorized provision for the head. The variance amounted to 42 million, which is quite huge. This was unspent funds represented, to some extent, this is representing operational inefficiencies in the ministry. So the total authorization for the head was 101 million kwacha. And this, of course, indicates financial discipline for the ministry. And however, the variance of 42 million also indicates implementation challenges. This could be due to capacity, and the committee might want to also probe this. And also, you note that a substantial variance of 42, which I've also spoken to, indicates missed opportunities for the ministry to invest in critical ICT infrastructure, media development initiatives, and this might require immediate attention. Honorable members, I've noted 4 areas of concern under this head.
Recording in progress.
The first one being budget absorption crisis. The ministry was given, left out 42 million from the money that was apportioned to them, with an absorption rate of only 78%. This indicates serious implementation delays or capacity constraints that must be addressed. So this is one area that might need probing. Program balance issues. Management and support services is consuming 43.8% of the projected 2026 budget. So resource allocation needs alignment with these delivery priorities. So you find that it looks like the ministry has focused so much on administrative issues, including capacity building, but the imbalance is just too drastic, and the committee might want to also probe this. The other area of concern is revenue sustainability. The projected fee is at 8.3 million kwacha from 750,000 from last year. You note that whilst they project fees at 8.3 million kwacha, there is a drop in revenue projections. So now, the committee might want to probe the assumptions that informed these projections, because there is a drastic increase from 750,000 to 8.3 million, while on the other side, the revenues for licenses have been dropped. So this is one of the areas that might need to be probed. The performance target for shortfalls, of course, in under media capacity building, under the program media development and standards, let me just take you to the budget brief. The budget brief under the output for under program outputs for media development standards and regulation, that is table 5 in the budget brief. You note that under media laws reforms, point number 1, bullet number 1, number of media laws developed. There was a target from 2024, but that was not actualized. Similarly, in 2025, they had that target also, but it never actualized either. And also, you note that point number 3, under a number of media laws reviewed, the ministry had envisaged to review three media laws from 2024, but it was never actualized as well. But monies were allocated for this exercise. So equally here, the committee might want to find out what transpired. Having said that, I also want to just highlight a few positives from the ministry. The budget growth of 40% is way above, almost 100% above the inflation. This demonstrates government's prioritization of the ministry's mandate. So this is a positive from the sector, from the head. Infrastructure expansion can be seen in the allocation of 14.1 million for the construction of the Solwezi Provincial Broadcasting Studio and the new Choma Broadcasting Studios. So this is one of the positives that shows the ministry's vision to expand information services. And then the capacity investment, planning, policy and coordination budget has been doubled. Last year was 26. This shows how much the ministry is geared to capacitate their staff. I think this could sort out some of the issues that may have caused the raw absorption rate from last year. And then you also note that there's a projected 11.2 million revenue generation, non-tax that is. This will position the ministry as one of the net revenue contributors. Honorable Chair, this is where I end. I don't know if you allow my colleague to proceed.
Oh, sure. You can proceed. Then I don't know, members, do you want to ask some areas of clarification, or we finish the two heads and we ask? Maybe we can. Yes, Honorable Malik.
Chair, perhaps we could proceed and then ask at the end.
Okay, thank you. You can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. I will take you through here at number 36, which is Zambia Correctional Services Commission. So, Chair, this head is linked to the 8th National Development Plan through strategic development outcome number 4, which is good governance environment. And there we do have two developmental outcomes. The first one is improved policy and governance environment, and the strategy is to decentralize public service delivery systems. And then the second developmental outcome is improved rule of law, human rights and constitutionalism. Here, Chair, the strategy is to strengthen criminal and justice system and enhance rule of law. There are three main programs, Chair.
Maybe members are not aware. Which page are you? On which page are you? What? 9.
Thank you so much. You're watching Parliament Television. That was Parliamentary Budget Office appearing before the Committee on Media, Information and Communication Technologies on the sector budget analysis meeting from 26th September to 10th October 2025. As you are aware that the Minister of Finance and National Planning on 26th September 2025 did present the 2026 national budget in line with the Standing Order 166-2 of the National Assembly of Zambia Standing Orders 2024. The estimates stood referred to respective committees and detailed consideration. So in the next 10 days, different committees will be receiving submissions from different stakeholders, and after 10 days, the expanded and the budgeting committee will now be considering those reports from the 10 committees. In that regard, the expanded planning and budgeting committee is expected to submit its report on the estimates to the House by Tuesday, 28th October 2025. We invite you to stay tuned to Parliament TV and radio. Good morning.